Good morning, students. Today in our English class, we'll be starting with our English 2, that is Fragrance, chapter number 3, My Brother, My Brother. First of all, I would like to inform about author's description. Now, as you know that in our English 2, in wherever chapter, author's description are given, that first of all you are going to write. Then only you will start with word meanings and then exercise. So let us know who has wrote this story. This story is written by Nora Burke. She was born in 1907 and she died on 1976. She was born in Bedford, England, and she was a non-fiction writer and a novelist. Now, coming up to our chapter, the name of the chapter is My Brother, My Brother. We all know that we love our siblings. It means either they are our brother or sister. In this chapter, we will see that how one elder brother does his responsibility towards his younger brother. बड़ा भाई छोटे भाई को कैसे प्यार करता है और उसके लिए क्या करता है, that we will see in this chapter. So this chapter is based on Sher Singh, a boy who has a younger brother and he is in pain. वो दर्द में है. So how he will make sure that his younger brother will be okay. So now let's start with our chapter, My Brother, My Brother. And students, after finishing the chapter, the whole chapter, once you have to read. Good morning, students. Today in our English class, we are here with our English 2, that is Fragrance, and we'll start with chapter number 3, that is My Brother, My Brother. Now, this chapter is based on two brothers. The elder brother, that is Sher Singh, and he is having a younger brother. He is in pain. So how Sher Singh will help his brother, that we will see today in this chapter. Before that, first of all, discuss about author's description. Now you know that every time you will start with author's description in your notebook and then only word meaning and then exercise. So this story is written by Nora Burke. She was born on 1907 and she died on 1976. She was born in Bedford, England, and she was a non-fiction writer and novelist. Now let's start with our chapter, My Brother, My Brother. And make sure, students, that after finishing this chapter, you will be reading also. Once reading is compulsory.
Brother, my brother. Sher Singh is a brave boy who does not know fear. Read and find out how he takes his little brother to the hospital and saves his life. How proud his parents must have been. Sher Singh's little brother lay in the hut with a pain in his stomach that was getting worse.
You can see his little brother is lying down and he is in pain. He is having pain in his stomach.
Sher Singh himself was only about 12 years old, small and cheerful, a child of the jungle. His brother was several years younger. I will wring out rags in boiling water and lay them on his stomach, said his mother. She did not weep. She had lived through everything over and over again.
His mother also was telling that she will take some clothes, थोड़े कपड़े लेके उसको गर्म करके उसके स्टमक पे रख देगी ताकि उसका स्टमक पेन जो है वो थोड़ा रिलीफ हो जाए. बट इट वॉज नॉट वर्किंग. उन्होंने सारे काम कर लिए थे, जिससे घरेलू नुस्खे अपना लिए थे कि जिससे उसके भाई का स्टमक का दर्द कम हो जाए, पर उसको किसी से भी कुछ फायदा नहीं हो रहा था.
The steaming rags did not help. After a while, Sher Singh's mother said, "He must be carried to the hospital at Kalaghat." Then Sher Singh thought that his brother was dying. All jungle people somehow think that the hospital is the last resort of the doomed. I will run for my father, he cried. It may be days before you find him. Sher Singh's father was away in the jungle with a photographic expedition. All the men of Lalwan village too were with the expedition as beaters.
And Sher Singh's father was a photography expedition. It means जंगल में जो फोटोग्राफी करते हैं उनको photographic expedition बोलते हैं. So where he is at that time they don't know कि वो इस टाइम पे कहाँ होंगे. उनको ढूंढना बहुत मुश्किल था. तो शेर सिंह ने यही सोचा कि मैं ही उसको लेके जाऊंगा. अगर उसके पापा को बुलाने गया तो उसको ढूंढने में ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा और हॉस्पिटल दैट इज द लास्ट ऑप्शन टू सेव हिज ब्रदर्स लाइफ.
Sher Singh looked at his younger brother and saw that he was in great pain. Galaghat was at least 50 miles away, but Sher Singh hoped that if he could get through the jungle and cross the two rivers in between, he might get a lift in a bullock cart or perhaps even a broken down truck for the last part of his journey.
Now, Kalaghat was 50 miles away. जहाँ पे उसको हॉस्पिटल में लेके जाना था वो 50 माइल्स दूर था. पर शेर सिंह ने सोचा कि अगर वो जंगल के रास्ते से जाएगा और 2 नदियां पार कर लेगा तो उसको इजी पड़ेगा वहां से और वहां से उसको कोई बुलक कार्ट भी मिल सकता है. तो वो जर्नी जल्दी से तय कर सकता है. We have to answer orally that what he'll do.
Truck for the last part of his journey. On his back, he walked through the jungle. Night fell. The sky became purple black. It blazed with stars. Sher Singh had good eyes. He could still see. Presently, the moon rose. The sight of their tracks in the dust, the square front paw and long back one with the shaggy claws made him glance around uneasily. On a cliff above a riverbed, Sher Singh knew he could go no further without rest. Sweat was running off his shaking flesh. He set Kunwar down gently against a tree. It was then the jostle and squeal of elephants. Below him, on the riverbed, the elephants travelled. He could see the cows and the babies, and one great old tusker. He was playing his trunk to and fro to learn whatever the breeze could tell him, and suddenly he hesitated. The trunk came round towards the boys. Sher Singh chilled with fright. With Kunwar to carry, he could neither climb nor run.
Now, when he went, it was very dark. रात हो चुकी थी वो जब उसके भाई को लेके जा रहा था. फिर भी वो डरा नहीं, पर वो बहुत ही थक गया था तो रिवर क्रॉस करके वो आगे की तरफ नहीं जा पा रहा था बिकॉज ही वॉज वेरी टायर्ड. तो उसने अपने भाई को नीचे जमीन पे सुला दिया और बैठ गया. तभी उसको अचानक से एनिमल्स की आवाज आई. एलिफेंट्स एंड काउस वहां से पास हो रहे थे और तभी अचानक एक एलिफेंट जो है वहां पे आया और उसका ट्रंक उसकी जो सूंड होती है वो बॉय के टुवर्ड्स लिया. टुवर्ड्स मतलब उसके आसपास लिया.
Suddenly he hurried on angrily up the riverbed and all the herd went with him. They disappeared. Sher Singh breathed one more prayer of thanks this time and got ready to move with Kunwar on his back once again. He scrambled down into the riverbed. He stepped into the river. The water was cold and deep. Thank goodness there was a bridge at the second river. It was a flimsy thing made of bamboo poles, stones, thick grass and river gravel. But it was at least a bridge. He plodded steadily on. Towards midnight, he heard the second river ahead of him. He heard it from far away, a steady roar of flood. When he came out on the shore, he saw it. A big head of snow must have melted yesterday, and here it was. From bank to bank, the river foamed. He looked for the bridge. It was not there. So, now, how to cross? There was not a chance to swim. Even alone, he would be lost. Perhaps among the wreckage of the bridge, there was a way.
Now, the second river that he has to cross, second river में उसको पता था कि वहाँ पे एक टूटा फूटा पर ब्रिज है जो लकड़ियों से बना हुआ था, पर जब तक वो वहाँ पहुंचा उसने देखा कि तूफानी हवा की वजह से वो ब्रिज भी टूट गया है. ब्रेकेजेस मतलब जो टूटे फूटे टुकड़े होते हैं लकड़ियों के. That was there.
Sher Singh gathered grass and plaited it into a rope. He tied the rope round his brother and himself so they would keep together. Then he entered the water just above the bridge.
Now, here is a one MCQ that Sher Singh tied a rope around his brother and himself in order to play together, swim together, or answer will be stay together.
It was so cold that he could hardly keep his hold. He did not know if his brother lived or died, but he kept the child's head above water and inch by inch moved along. He was deaf, blinded, frozen and tired, but he went on and on. Then the river seemed to lose power. They were through. After that, Sher Singh did not know what happened. He was walking on and on. Then there was a better road. Far away, in another world, there came sounds heralding a village. Suddenly, somehow, people. After that, the next he knew, they were in a bullock cart. Then a truck. Where have you come from, boy? Nandwani. You carried him alone, across the river in flood. They were at the hospital. Sher Singh always felt shy of big buildings. He did not go in. Much later, the doctor came out on the veranda and said, "You are the boy who brought the child in from Laldwani?" "Yes." Then a smile broke all over the doctor's gentle face. "Sher Singh Bahadur," he said, "your brother will live. Come and see."
See how Sher Singh saved his brother's life. He faces many difficulties, but he reached hospital with his brother and he saved his life. Everybody was shocked that how Sher Singh was only 12 years old, but still he saved his brother's life, and he came from very far away village, crossing 2 rivers and the whole night traveling alone with his little brother. So this is the thing that we know, that how Sher Singh loved his brother very much. So students, this is a story about a brave Sher Singh, and doctor also has given a name, that Sher Singh Bahadur, that how he saved his brother's life. So this is the chapter. I hope you like this, and once again after finishing this video you will be reading each and every word, so your reading part should be also improved. The exercise and PDF notes that I'll send in the group, so that you have to complete by yourself. First of all, when you start, you will start with the author's description, write the index properly, date when you are writing, author's description, word meanings given in the textbook only, and then the PDF file that I'll share with you. Okay, so take care and have a nice day. Thank you.